There's moments in the labyrinth, deep underground, where the world forgets you even exist. It happens not with a scream or a sudden violence, but with a silence. The iron hold mind begins that way. I remember pausing at the threshold, wondering what spooky things I could put in this part, you know? The deeper you walk through this area, the air grows warmer. That kind of heat that does not come from fire or labor, but from something that has been staying alive long after it should have stopped. The mind sloped downward, ever so downward, until the floor itself felt that it was surrendering itself to the earth. A wooden platform appeared, half rotten, with a staircase ascending into the darkness so complete it swallowed your torchlight whole. You call out. A voice vanishes before it can even echo. That's the answer, right? Stepping into the abyss felt like it was a movement, and more like agreement, an unspoken agreement, a contract between yourself and whatever waited below. With every step, feared claws at your thoughts, not sharp but persistent, like fingernails scraping stone. The walls bore the scars of desperate hands, pickaxe marks layered over one another, frantic and uneven. They were not the marks of careful work, but they were the marks of people who knew something was wrong, and they kept digging anyways. Side passages branch off into storage rooms filled with empty crates and shattered barrels. Whatever had once been here was taken in haste, or abandoned in terror. Your stomach churns as you press onwards, knowing full well that every step forward narrows the chances of your return. Dead ends become common companions, cold rock walls, the sound of the wind from places no longer reachable. The mind did not guide, it just tested your resolve. As the silence grows heavier, suffocating, pressing inward like a physical weight, strange odors creep into the air, damp and sour, mixed with something far worse, the kind of smell that lingers after life has fled. Dust-covered columns rose from the ground, wrapped in ancient cobwebs. On a rotting table sat the remains of a final meal. Mold claimed what hunger would never finish. You stand there, longer, not knowing just what it is that you're trying to find. Laughter. Laughter and conversation are replaced by endless terror. You never know what to find here. Further in the void, you walk. The stench of death grows overwhelmingly, and then you see him, a miner, or what remind of one, shriveled, hanging, wrapped in thick webbing, suspended like a warning carved in flesh, an echo of what comes when preparation runs out, before courage does. You back away, heart pounding, only to find another dead end waiting for you. Relief is cruel in places like the Iron Hold, it never lasts. The air thickened with heat and webs, clinging and swaying overhead, and then a voice reaches out to you, raspy and broken, close enough to feel intentional. Come closer. You find him standing in the shadows, a lone miner, face hidden beneath grime and grief. Still watching, you did not wait to hear what he may say next. Hidden passages revealed themselves only if you know where to look. Narrow corridors, blocked paths marked by abandoned carts, stripped of their wheels, left like tombstones for the hopeful. Water drips endlessly, echoing across uneven stone. Something scuttles away in the distance. When you move too quickly, piles of discarded ore line the path, forgotten riches left behind by people who never made it back. The smell of cooking filled the air. That was when you knew something had survived. Empty bunk beds lay scattered in a chamber nearby, cold and untouched, no signs of rest, only abandonment. And then comes the sound of wailing, not pain alone, but madness. The walls begin to change, webs emerge with slick, unearthly slime, the floor collapses in places, opening pits that promise nothing but finality. Still you descend. The shaft angles downward again, pulling you back into the bowels of the iron hold. You feel eyes on you. Not imagined, but felt, a presence measuring your steps by breathing and just stalking. Faces stare up from lifeless bodies ahead, drained and hollow, empty in ways death alone does not explain. And then the mine opened. A massive chamber stretched before you, an underground world carved by greed and persistence. The ground trembled, stone cracked, and things stirred within the walls, waking from a long, patient sleep. Bones littered the path, flesh long gone. The stench was unbearable. At the far end lay a towering pile of ore meant to be sold, meant for profit, meant to be sent to the surface, but not anymore. A reminder that the iron hole did not collapse from neglect, it was consumed. As you stand there, surrounded by the dead and the damned, one truth became clear. The mine was never abandoned. It was just finished with the miners.